Rishi Sunak has said that no asylum seekers will be sent to Rwanda before the election under the government's deportation scheme. It has been thought ministers would try to get the first flight off before polling days to showcase their flagship policy on countering illegal migration. Oh yeah, you're gonna send illegal migration to illegal immigrate to Rwanda. That is great solution. I applaud sarcastically. But the PM has now said that they will go if I'm re-elected on July 4th. Yeah, I do agree with this. I do actually agree with this solution. Labour has pledged to scrap the plan if it wins power, raising questions over whether anyone will ever be sent. Well, nobody will be sent, obviously. The schemes, which has already taken cost £240 million, will be key dividing line between the two main parties over 6 weeks election campaign. And I did see some ship which was held to be as a house to some of these illegal migrants who were to be sent in Rwanda. I saw a video about it. It's been like 7 months now, but yeah, I did definitely see the health conditions there were not really up to a standard. It was horrible, honestly, and you would not like to be there. Like you would, I mean, if you were smart, you would just run away from that as fast as you could and just set yourself in some sort of ghetto where you would not be found, because it would be much better than that nightmare. Labour said Mr. Sunak's comments showed the Rwanda scheme was a con from start to finish. Shadow Home Secretary Yvette Cooper added, he doesn't believe this plan will work. It won't. And that's why he called the election now, in the desperate hope he won't be found out. The program, which has been delayed by legal challenges, was announced over 2 years ago by then Prime Minister Boris Johnson. Yes, this guy. But Mr. Sunak made delivering it a key priority over his premiership, arguing it would deter people from crossing the English Channel in small boats. Yeah, maybe that's why they only have 25%. In a sign, he now wants to make delivering the plan a key to offer to voters. He said flights will go in July, and that's the choice at this election. No, this election should be choice about whether the UK people want a competent government or they don't want sorry, I will replace. This election should be about between if the UK people or the Brits do not want a competent government, or if they do not want a competent government. Whoever wins, it won't be that big of a win, but I think the Labour will be a bit better maybe, because the Tories are completely useless at this point. But I don't know, we'll see soon. Let's just not cast out any predictions. Soon we'll see. It's like month and 14 days away. Just wait for the outcome. We'll see what they're gonna bring out, because they're gonna have probably the majority. So we'll see exactly what Labour has in store for the UK. If you think stopping the boats is important and you think like I do that you need a deterrent to do that, then I'm the only one that's going to deliver that here. That the Liberal Democrats got the comments and utter humiliation at the mission of defeat from the Prime Minister. The Rwanda scheme has been an immoral and expensive disaster from day one, added Home Affairs spokesperson Alistair Kamichao. Yeah, that's a very tricky surname. Yeah, I do agree. This Rwanda scheme is absolute nonsense. Just deporting people to a random African country. And yes, they've been propagating Rwanda as this, paradise, but it is not a paradise. And if you propagate some country as a paradise, as a new, UAE, then you know exactly it's not a paradise. It's going to be nightmare, and these people will die there. They will die there as some low-class workers whose only purpose will be to enrich their peers, because they'll be illegal, so nobody will really care about them. They will just be used as a cheap workforce if they ever be paid. Yeah, and they will, labor there until they die. die. That's what I think will realistically happen. That's not a dignified way to live for any human. And and what they die is they just go to China for better life, for hopes of better life. It's not like that criminals or anything like that. Mr. Sunak has previously pledged that the first fights would take place by mid-July, before then continuing over the summer. However, behind the scenes, ministers have been battling on the number of legal fronts to get the policy going. Yes, even the courts have been very much against it. They were calling it, they called it nonsense as it is. It is a nonsense, just. But the Tories, because they invested so much into this politically, they're just going to go for it. They think like the people want this. I mean, people want to handle the illegal migration, but they do not want to be remembered as a people deported those people into a horrid condition in Rwanda and just let the people there to die. Because if you think those illegal migrants would be having a good life in Rwanda, you're delusional. You're absolutely delusional. They will have a horrible life, period. The FTA, a union representing senior civil servants, is challenging the plan on the grounds it would force officials to breach international law. Another challenge from Charity Asylum Aid has already forced the Home officials to rewrite guidance over who is chosen for the first flight. The Home Office had already started detaining people each marked for removal, but at least 60 of them have lawyers fighting their case, and each case could end up going all the way to the Supreme Court. Oh yes, keep fighting, keep fighting, keep fighting. Don't stop fighting. Do not let them deport you to the shithole. Like, keep fighting. I believe in you. Yes, a lot of organizations have been against it because this is a violation pretty much of human rights. And the condition they will be subject when, traveling and when landing in Rwanda, I mean, this definitely must not go through. The Tories says they have stable economy, but the only thing they seem to be caring about is now deporting these immigrants, which is what people do not want. British people do not want it. They want secure borders. They just don't want more people to flood in. More unchecked people, which could cause trouble. Like, do you think they want to be remembered this way as a people who just, and I said it already once, who just, deported people to this shithole, to basically UAE, but it's Walmart version, or the school version, if we are European. Campaigning underway. It comes as a campaigning gets underway for the UK's first July election since 1945. After Mr. Sunak's surprise announcement in Rachel Downing Street that he was going to the polls. Speaking to BBC Breakfast, he said recent announcements on the economy showed now was the right moment to call the vote, which does legally have to take place until January 2025. There's actually been a long time since the election. I completely forgot actually the elections were 2020. I mean, it's because the mid-2010s confused us, because there was the early elections during the Cameron leadership, then was the Brexit. It's been very confusing. The prime ministers will be on campaign trail later, whilst the Labour and Liberal Democrat leaders will also be holding events. Meanwhile, Nigel Farage has confirmed he will not be standing as a candidate for Reform UK, the party he co-founded in 2018 as the Brexit Party. Ahead of press conference the party is holding later. Because people would probably deduct he would dip them again. Or maybe he's just not a loved person in the UK. I don't know if that. Failed asylum seeker given £3,000 to go to Rwanda. Yes, this should tell you everything you need to know. Like, if somebody gives you money to go somewhere, and it's not like, Malibu, USA, or some opera in New York. You should be very skeptical and very suspicious. So this was the Rwanda scheme, complete disaster. It's good the Courts have been actively fighting against it because this is definitely a major violation of human laws, and hopefully the Labour is going to get rid of this, and they will come up with some better plans to tackle the illegal immigration, because this is definitely not the way. This is not the way to come around it.